right, so let's take a look at chunk 5. We'll start where we always do, start by reading the text, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Okay, so we'll move straight on to our next step. We have our resources in the column here. We need to insert our synonyms. So we'll select this. We're going to copy, paste it under there and insert our synonyms. When we do that, it'll look like this. It'll read like so. You can see Ms. Benish provided the pronoun for it. And the reason I was able to do that was I actually refer back to chunk 4 in order to determine that. Okay, so just out of the consideration of time, I always make you folks, or we do it together where we actually identify that pronoun. But you can see I bracketed it within the text. But I also want you to know how I figured that out. So just like I did in chunk 3 and chunk 2, I go back to the previous chunk, I read everything together so I can identify what those synonyms are, what those pronouns represent, actually. Sorry. Okay. So this is how it would read: that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government. Okay? Laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their happiness and safety. So you can see as you look at my notes right here under inserting synonyms, it's pretty much as we've been doing in the past. I have inserted synonyms instead of using the original words in the text to help show that I'm processing or thinking through the text. Um, and then I made my pronouns green so I can identify who they are. I do have one that still needs to be identified. That's going to be them. So I'm going to copy that one, move it on the side here. In order to graduate to that paraphrase level, I need to identify who them is. So let's see who it could be. Laying governments, so we can even connect it to the previous statement if that's helpful. It is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying government's foundation on such ideas and organizing government's power in such a way as to them shall seem most likely to result in their happiness and safety. So who is them? Who is there? Right? Who's creating these governments? So pause, make that connection, and let's see if you can make meaning from the text moving forward.